Hello everyone and welcome to my stamp studio. Sorry this week is starting a little bit late, but I am starting a new series called our Christmas card series. I try to do this once each year. Oh my goodness, having troubles talking today. Yeah, so I try to do this once each year to give you enough time to get some ideas and time to actually make your cards. So we're going to be featuring several bundles. This class series is going to be 5 weeks. It will be each Thursday in the month of October, and will be at 7 p.m. each Thursday. So just say hi, let me know that you're here, and I'm just making a quick comment. I just love to be able to see people that are joining and be able to shout out to you and say hi. Also, I love to know where you're at. Okay, so I am prepared with my card kits, but I don't have the list of supplies ready, so I will have to work on that. I'm frantically trying to get ready for a craft fair this weekend, as well as recover from bronchitis and a double ear infection. So, little behind on things, just kind of a little tired, but I will get better. I'm starting to feel a little better. But yeah, I'll get all my ducks in a row as soon as possible. All right, so this week, I'm just bending over here to get all my little supplies here. The Christmas card series is free to watch. It's, everyone can watch it for free. If you like the card kit that I'm doing, so the card kit will feature 4 different card kits, and I don't want to put them out of order here. Let me just grab them all. So you will get 4 card kits in the mail. When you place a $40 order in my online store, I send these right to you as my thank you for placing a purchase. Now you can purchase whatever you want. You can get envelopes, you can get stamp pads, you can get the bundles that I'm using. It's just a thank you for purchasing in my online store. And I will have a link for my online store after the video. It's also in the upper corner of my Facebook page there. If you're watching the replay, you can click on any of the product links and you will be able to get to my online store. All right, so the first card that we're going to be doing is going to be using our Humble Home. This is in our September to January mini catalog. I don't know that people really notice it as much. When I first saw it, I was like, I don't know, maybe I'll get it, maybe I won't. I was going back and forth, and then I finally just said, I'm going to get it. So look at these cute little houses. This is actually using the punch that coordinates with this stamp set. What I like about this is you can use it for the holidays, or you can use it for different occasions. So one of the, it's not designated to just the Christmas season. You can use it for whatever. Let me just find where it is in the catalog. And sorry, my voice is kind of going. I'm hoping to make it through the whole video. So here is the bundle. So it's the stamps and the punch, and the bundle is only $39.50. So it's a pretty good deal because the punch alone is $24. So, and really, yes, it is very easy to cut out all on its own. You know what? I love punches. They're just so easy to use. And if you don't have a die cut machine, hey, great way to go to punch out your shapes. So let's get started on our first card here. Here we go. I've got my directions written over there. In addition to the supplies, the paper supplies that'll be all scored, pre-cut, all that stuff for you. The only thing I don't do is the featured bundle. I don't do any of that die cutting or punching for you. You would need that to do. But you also get a free PDF tutorial and a link to the video so you can watch it again. All right, so in our first card kit here, we have a piece of Smoky Slate, and this is 4 1/4 inch by 11 inch. So we're just going to go ahead and grab our bone folder here and give it a nice press just to get a nice crease in there. All right. I then have a piece of basic white cardstock that is 4 by 5 1/4. So we're just going to be layering that right on top of here. Now I've taken all my supplies down to work in the living room for my craft fair. So I'm hoping I have everything up here. Yeah, my craft fair is this Saturday from 9 a.m. to, I don't know if it's 1 or 2 p.m. I don't remember. But yeah, I'll have all sorts of different things there. And let's see, then I need a piece of basic white that is 3.5 by 4 3/4. And what we're going to do here is we're going to just add some like kind of dimension to it. And we're going to do this by using our, I would use my Simply Scored tool, but I don't have it up here. It's downstairs. So you could use an embossing folder or you can use your trimmer. So here's a quick way to do it. I am not doing any particular measurement on it. I'm just going in right in that groove right there and just pressing with my stylus here. And I'm not really, I'm just sliding it along. I'm not really even measuring. I'm not even worried if they're staying straight. And I think we'll do, let's see. You know, I just did 4 lines. So you can kind of see it there. My lighting is really bad. One of my lights just went out right before I started the video, so, or the live. So I apologize if it seems a little dark. All right, and that we're going to be putting on the front. Before we do that, though, I want to grab some dimensionals. We'll be putting dimensionals on there. We'll be using our Real Red and White Baker's Twine. So that is also in the mini catalog. There we go. All right. Now, if you don't have that, you can use anything else that you have. I do in my, here we go. I also have a piece of basic white in your little envelope there. And oh, I don't want the house. That's what we're going to stamp the house with. Where are my other, I knew I had more pieces in here. I have a 2 3/8 inch circle. So that will be done for you. And then you have a 1/2 inch strip of basic white, and that's going to be for your sentiment. So our first bit of stamping, we'll do that first, is going to be our little house here. So I'm just going to turn it, and I'm going to go for this little brick house right here. Actually, you know what? We're going to change it up because we're making it a holiday one. I'm going to use my little house here. All right. Get a block. Well, not a big enough one. Yep, I had all my blocks downstairs too, so. All right. We'll go ahead and stamp that with a black Memento ink. All right, I'm just going to stamp it right here because I am going to punch it out. All right, let's just do a little bit of coloring on here. So I'm going to grab my cherry cobbler. And oops, that's not a good end to use, is it? We're going to do my cherry cobbler right here. And I'm just coloring those little bits. It doesn't take really long to color with that. Now, if you don't have the blends, use the markers. If you do use markers, just make sure you're using StazOn and not Memento Black. Memento is made for these alcohol markers. All right. And we'll just do these up here. I'm going to come in with Pecan Pie. And we'll get our little doors in there. And I also have my crumb cake. Oh, that's not pecan pie. I'm going to do my roof line here in pecan pie. All right. And we'll do just right around our windows. And we'll do our little door here. I'm going to go right down to the edge here. All right. And if we wanted to make it more like a gingerbread house, we could definitely color it in with crumb cake. I'm just going to skip that step. I do want to add a little bit of yellow in here, though, to make it seem like the lights are on at home. So I've got my Lemon Lolly here. All right. I'm going to take our punch. I'm just going to slide that in. Now, here's a trick for you. If your paper is a little bit smaller than your punch, grab a little Post-it note. And just, you can even put it on just like that. And you can slide it in. It's just kind of like a little handle to help you kind of line that up. So here we go. Got it lined up. Just pop that out. All right. Bring this back over. In our circle. Okay, we've got that and that. Now I want to bring in my welcome here. So I've got a little welcome. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp that in our garden green. Oh, just put my hand in the ink. Now your strip is way longer than what it needs to be, so you can trim it down. I'm just making sure I've got that inked up really well. So I'll stamp it on there. Oh, my snips are full of glue. I gotta remember to clean those. All right. I'm just gonna use a little bit of undo and a cotton ball and just wipe it off. Okay. Now, before I adhere this down, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my baker's twine here and I'm going to make my bow. Actually, I could adhere it down right now because it's not going to. All right, I was trying to find some whole sheets, but I guess I don't have whole sheets. Sorry, mumbling to myself once again. I was trying to find full sheet of dimensionals and I didn't see any. So I'll just use my partial pieces right now. Well, welcome everybody. Hello, Anne and Diane and Beth. And let's see who's all here. And Beth. I saw a couple other people. But now when I went to my comments, it just kind of popped away. All right, so let's see who's all. Oh, yeah. Hi, Sherry. Yeah, this stamp set is just a really cute one. Actually, I lucked out, and at the convention I was at 2 weekends ago, I actually won this one. And I know Sherry had wanted this one too, but I'm sorry, Sherry. I had to pick it, and your number wasn't picked, so I'm sorry. But, yeah. So Sherry was very excited for me. She was very gracious and happy that I got it. But it was just, I don't know, a really cute set. I'm really glad that I won it. Okay, so I've got that on dimensionals. I've got my little, my 2 3/8, I can't talk, 2 3/8 inch circle. Maybe if I just slow down a little bit. And I've got my little house. I wanted to pop out a little bit more, so it kind of all blends in just a little bit. So for grins and giggles, let's go ahead. We'll bring in a blending brush and our Pool Party ink and just add a little background to this. So I'm going to grab my blue blending brush here and my Pool Party ink. And I just need a little scrap paper here. Yeah, just ignore my little notes there. And I'm going to just go ahead and take some of that. And I'm very gently just adding a little bit of color. It won't look like much right here, but once I put it on the white cardstock, you'll see it. Right. Very faint, and that's kind of what I'm looking for. I just want to have a little bit of color there. Now, if you like a little more color, you can go ahead and add more. One of the ways you could do it is you could add just some around the edges. When you go straight on, if you don't kind of like dab it off, you're going to get these like brush stroke marks. If you do, flip it over, dab it off, and then just go around your edges. Right? You can always add more ink. You can't really take it away. So just keep that in mind when you're doing it. And I'm just going to add a little bit more around my edges. There we go. Okay. Put this right down there with our other set of ink. Okay, so here we go. And we're going to, let's see, where'd my sentiment go? Here it is. And we're going to pop all this up. So let's get our dimensionals back out again. Here we go. All right, so we got that there. Okay, if that comes off, it'll be all good. All right. All right, leave a little bit of space over here because you're going to be tying a little bow over there. And we'll put our house on, and let's pop up the house. Because, you know, I always like to use dimensionals. It's like an easy form of bling, okay? If you don't know what to do with your card and need a little something, something, just grab dimensionals. It works wonders. And you can use every bit of dimensional piece on your sheet. No one's going to see it. It doesn't have to be pretty. It's just going to pop it up and look fabulous. All right, here we go. There's that. Now, because we popped everything else up, we will have to put a little dimensional on the back here, the back left of our little sentiment. Oh, I didn't really want to do welcome. Okay, that's fine. I don't know why I decided to stamp welcome. It's not, we're making Christmas cards. What was I thinking? That's why I had a long strip in there. Duh. Oh my goodness. My brain is just not working. So, I have this one here, and it says, wishing you and yours, and then the inside will put a season of wonder and happiness. So, I just need to get a larger piece. You'll have a larger piece in there. I don't know what I was thinking when I did that. So, let's get that off. Excuse me. Yeah, wishing you, yours, and yours all the best. Let's see. I just gotta find it. Here it is. Alrighty. Hoping this is going to be here we go, wishing you and yours. And we'll just leave that out. We might as well stamp our inside right away, right? And this is my sticky scissors. Where did I put my other scissors? They're there. Save that for that other kit. All right. So I'm just going to put that right there. We'll grab our dimensional. Still the same thought process. We're going to put the dimensional on the left side there. And we're just going to put this right in here. Just so you can see it better. Wishing you and yours. All right. And then on the inside, we'll need a sorry, I just have to pull up my other piece here. I don't know what I did with it. Oh, where did I put my extra pieces? So in your kit, you will have the inside piece as well. You could stamp right on the shade spruce. It's pretty light, so you can do that. But we're going to go ahead and have our piece of white, which is 4 1/4 by, I'm sorry, 5 1/4 by 4. And we're going to bring in Christmas here. Okay. Let's just make sure that's going to fit. Woohoo, it does. And you know what the best part about this? You don't even have to worry about having a lot of room to write, because this is going to take up a lot of room. Because, you know, sometimes if you're sending out, you know, 50, 60 cards, your hand gets kind of cramped at writing. All right, so I'm going to put Christmas right there. And we're going to do Mary with our cherry cobbler. Oh, it says happy. Okay, well, we're doing happy, because that's the one I inked up. Happy Christmas. Okay, so this is our Peaceful Season sentiment set. Grab whatever sentiment set you have. This just happens to be the one I had sitting on my desk, so that's the one we're using tonight. So now for the next 5 classes, I'll be doing 4 classes, or 4 cards for each class. I'll be using the same sets. I might throw in something else, but you'll see different cards with these same samples. And where is my cleaner? Oopsie. Well, I thought I had a cleaner here. Here it is. Here it is. No worries. I can clean my stamps. So we'll get that one cleaned up. And I can put them all back in their little home here, so we can get going to the next project. All right. Okay, so that's our card 1. Again, this is the Humble Home bundle. What I like about this, there's so many different cards to make, so I will be able to come up with 5 ideas, no problem. Nice little brick house it can make. Just really cute things. So here's your doorway and stuff for your brick house. Really cute stuff, just saying. Let's get our welcome back in there. If you don't like it now, you'll like it by the end of the class series. Just saying. And we'll get these going. Hi, Amy. How are you? Oh, did I cut out? Hopefully not. Hopefully y'all can still hear me. Okay, let's put that in an envelope here. Okay, one down. All right, clean up my mess a little bit here. I'll be using some of the same things. Oh, I forgot to put our bow on. Jeez Louise, people, yell at me. We have to put a little bow on there. So I'm just doubling up my baker's twine here. Make a little bow. All right. And again, sharp scissors are not upstairs. Jeez, got the gooey ones. So what was I doing to make my scissors gooey? I don't remember. Oh, I know what I was doing. I had a lot of stuff that I was using adhesive sheets for. And I had to keep cutting like chunks of adhesive sheet. Okay, so I'm just going to put that right there. We're going to trim off these tails a little bit more. I don't want them so long. We'll get a glue dot. Put that on with a glue dot here. I know I just had my glue dots. They're there. And I'm going to grab an embellishment here. Can't believe I forgot all the bling and everything. What was I thinking? Holy cow. All right, so now the bling is not included with the class kits. You'll have to have your own little bling. But if you spend $50 in my online store, I will supply some bling to you. It depends on what will be in stock when I place the final order. So right now this is the Earth Tone Shimmer Gems. So I am just going to use the little green ones here. Let's get out my putty. And I'm going to grab a large one for over, let's see, we'll grab a large one over here, a small one over here, and another small one, well, I think right here. All right, there we go. Now we're done with that card. Okay, I'm going to set this aside because I'm going to use these again. All right, next, we're going to go to something a little fun here, and I need that, not that one. Okay. All right. So our next card here is going to feature, I need to put these dies away before I lose them. So there are dies that coordinate with the peaceful season here. All right, we're going to be using a Reindeer Fun bundle. All right, so here's our Reindeer Fun. So what we'll actually be using is, we're going to be using quite a bit of the dies on here. And we're going to just use the one sentiment. But we're really going to be focusing on the dies this time. But this is Reindeer Fun, and this is the bundle that comes with it. So you get quite a few dies to go with it. So tonight I'm going to show you how to use the little deer head. I know it looks kind of scary there, but really it's super cute. And I just need my die cut machine here. So here we go. Here's my mini die cut machine. And some plates. All right. So we're going to start with a piece of thick basic white cardstock, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4, or just fold it in half. All right. Our card is going to go this way. I then have a piece of basic white cardstock that's 5 1/4 by 4. We're going to be putting that right on top. I'm not going to do it yet because we've got a couple other things yet to do. And we're going to stamp our sentiment on that one. So let's just do that right away. So I've got my Real Red stamp pad here. And we're going to grab the may all your days be full of cheer. Just a cute, fun little sentiment. All right. And we're going to stamp it in the upper right here. Right about here looks good. I like to do my stamping before I actually put my Designer Series paper on, because I can't tell you how many times I've messed up my stamping there, and then I have to throw it all away and then get another piece of Designer Series paper. And hey, if I'm making a lot of cards and I mess one, oopsie, that was my cleaner, mess one of them up, then I'm out of card. So I like to be careful when I'm doing it. It's just a Beth thing. It doesn't mean it has to be done that way. I sometimes forget, and I'll put all my stuff together. I'm like, oh, I forgot to do my stamping. But in this case, all right. I'm going to just put that out of the way. Okay, we'll get that out of the way. And now I have a piece of Designer Series paper. This is 2 inches by 5 1/4. So we're going to put that right on the front. So let's go ahead and grab our adhesive here. This is using our Reindeer Days Designer Series paper. It's really adorable. In fact, I'll show you in a moment what it all looks like. Okay. All right, Reindeer Days. All right, so this is just some of the papers on there. So you got this little gift side, and then you got these little reindeer, these little jumping reindeer having fun. And then you have a little Christmas scene. You have these fun reindeer head. Some holly. A kind of a wintry scene. Some trees. I like the trees. I can do a lot of things with that one. I like to make gift cards like out of that one. And then a little snowman scene. It's a snow deer. If you notice, it's like a deer head for the snowman. How cute is that? And they're skating. Cute, cute, cute. And then jingle bells in the back. And there we go. Oh, I just knocked down all of my pieces all on the floor. Okay, so it'll just take me a moment to get my marbles back in place. Careful if you're walking around the studio, you don't step on the marbles. No sprained ankles, please. Okay, oh, there it is. All right. There we go. Okay, so right now I'm just going to put the base and this one aside. And we're going to get our pieces out. So I have a piece of crumb cake. I have a piece of pecan pie, early espresso, real red and, what do you call this? Garden green, and then a piece of basic white. Now, you'll be getting pieces just like this in your card kit. And what we're going to do is we're going to do some die cutting here. Actually, quite a bit of die cutting. So I need to get my Greetings of the Season stamp set. It's not really the stamp I want. It's the die I want in there. I want. Okay, so that we'll be cutting out of the white. All right, so now from our reindeer fun, we're going to be cutting out our different little shapes. So we have our deer head. We have the other part of the deer head. All right, I've got my holly. And I've got my, where'd my red go? Where'd the red go? Here it is. I got my holly berries. And my other deer head. Ooh, I guess I didn't realize I had the wrong size early espresso. I'll have to make sure that you all have bigger pieces in there. All right, which is no problem. Early espresso, where are you? I don't know why I was thinking I needed a small piece. I have bigger pieces in my stash. I think I just grabbed the wrong one when I threw it out there today. Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and get all these pieces die cut. So again, I'm going to just, you know, I was going to use my small die cut machine so you can see how quickly these go, but for the sake of the time in the video here, I think I'm going to do all of them at one time if I brought up my plates, which I thought I had here. Yeah, there. So we're just going to put everything on at one time. This is the reason I do like my large die cutting machine, because I can do all of this at one time. It definitely easily fits right on your mini die cut machine, but you know, frantic me doing 500 projects at a time, I really find that I really need to have a large die cut machine. That is just me. But I think most crafters end up, they'll start off with the smaller one and then end up getting the larger one, because you can do your embossing folders and all that good stuff. But we'll get all this on there and you'll see how fun this is. It's kind of like paper dolls. Who played with paper dolls when they were a kid? I know it wasn't just me. I used to actually draw my own paper dolls. My grandfather was a very practical man, so when we would do things, he would always be very practical on what he got. I mean, he lived through the Depression, so it was always, you know, save your stuff, conserve your stuff, don't waste your money. So he would buy me, like, thicker pads of paper and crayons or colored pencils, and I would draw my own little people and cut them out, and yeah, I'd have a good old time. I think he loved it because it was probably occupying my time when he had to babysit me. So yeah, you know how guys are, right? Not all guys, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not being politically incorrect. I'm just stating the facts. Although, when we had the grandkids over the other day, I was teasing my husband. I'm like, well, you know, I always get on the floor and sit down and play with them. I said, it just, you know, turn the TV off and let them play with you. So he goes, well, I don't always do that. I'll sit on the couch and I'll play with them. But I found out what he does do with them. So he likes to sit there and cuddle up with them. So I guess that's okay too, because he's giving them the attention. But yeah, you know, the big old, I don't want to call him a big old burly guy, but you know, the manly man. Yeah, here he is. I walk in the living room. It was really quiet. And here he is, all cuddled up on the couch with both babies and their blankets and their bubbas. And yeah, they're all just sitting there watching a movie. And they were all wide awake too. And then sometimes they just want to curl up with him and not watch the movie. And he just was content as pie to sit there with them. So I was pretty impressed. All right. He's probably going to be mortified that I said that, you know, out in the world and I put it out in the universe. Because he'll probably be embarrassed by it. But hey, it was cute. It makes him a keeper, right? Okay. So now let's go ahead and assemble everything. So we've got our little tag. Let's take all our little parts. So here's... Now this looks kind of like a scary one. I mean, this to me would look more like what you'd see on someone's like wall. But when we start putting all the pieces together, it's going to start looking really cute. Now you could use adhesive sheets on here, which, you know, would probably be a really good recommendation. I didn't, but we can still use glue. So I'm hoping that my little glue thing isn't too clogged up here. I forgot to unclog it the other day. It may just take me a minute to get it unclogged. And I did find a needle. So I just gotta look up here. I have my little plate with a magnetic sheet on it. And I had a little needle in there, but I must have moved it. Oh, good grief. You know, when I get really in a creative mode, especially when I'm creating for a craft fair, I've got everything all over the place. How about all of you? Do you ever have that problem? Okay. I do need to find a little needle. Okay. Handy dandy safety pin. So I'm just going to poke this in there. Put that right there. Make sure it comes out. Oh yeah, it's working now. Okay. Let's get this all assembled, but let's pull in our silicone mat so we don't make a mess on our desktop. And I'll start with this one. Come on. We're squirting out all over the place. Come on now. And it's going to come gooshing out in just a second. Wait for it. I don't know why it's getting stuck again. All right, let's try it now. That's the only bad thing about these precision like glue bottles. They tend to get clogged up really quick. So I just take my Tombow glue and I just fill my bottle up. All right, then we'll take our other one here. And this one I'm just going to kind of dot around the ears, because I don't want to have a whole lot of glue there. All right. And then we'll put this one on. Okay, here we go. See how much cuter he is when you layer them together like that? All right, so we're going to put him right on our label. I'm not going to pop them up. I'm just going to use my liquid glue. All right. Get our little cover on here. Oh, I'll need that yet because I need to put my holly here. So I'm going to pop up my holly with dimensionals. Sorry. I don't know if that was a cough or a sneeze, or it's kind of a combo package there. Yeah. Yeah, my hubby's a pretty good grandpa. You know, when the kids were growing up, we were never on the same page. But I tell you what, as grandparents, we are totally on the same page. And so it's really nice. I'm like, wow. That's all we had to do is just have grandchildren? But yeah, he's a good grandpa. He loves his babies. All right. So we'll put that right there. We're going to get our little holly stuck out. So if your dies get stuck in your paper, now mine tend to do that a lot. And the reason is I have very well used blades. Cutting mats. So they have a tendency to not cut as sharp, so they'll get stuck a little bit more often. But you just pop through those holes and there you go. They'll come right out. All right, so there we go with that. let's bring in our thing here. We're going to go ahead and pop this up with dimensionals. I was like going to say, where's my dimensionals? They're right next to my hand. Oh my goodness. All right. Again, I have lots of ideas. So I have at least 5 ideas per bundle and stamp set that we're using. Because I have to have 5 ideas for 5 weeks, right? But I do have more. So we'll be using this for one of the clubs and classes coming up. I'll be announcing those later. I'm making a little bit of change in my business after this weekend. So I'll be posting everything early next week, like my my calendar of events and all that good stuff. I think we're going to need to double this. So again, just got that red and white baker's twine. I'm doubling it up just because I feel like I need a little bit more on my bow there. Okay, let's get our trimmer, our scissors. Okay, we'll get our glue dot again. Glue dots. Ooh, stuck to my finger. Well, that was an odd place for a glue dot. That's not normally where they are. Okay, we'll just take it. All right. Curl that back of the glue dot up. I'm just going to put it right over that little hole so no one even notices that that hole was there. Pretty slick idea, hey? So yeah, you can use any tag punch and cover it up with something. All right, so let's bring in our handy dandy little shimmer gems again. And I think this time I'm going to use, no, we'll stick with the green. We're just doing Christmas, so we'll stick with the green. So I got one here. I'll put one up here. Oh, where'd it go? Oh, there it is. One up here. And we'll take a little one. Maybe right there. Okay. Okay. So that is our card number 2. Put that one away. All right. Let me put all these dies on here so we can move on to our next project. Okay. Put this right back in our kit here. Alright, I'm just going to stick all these extra pieces in there. Okie dokie. We're moving along pretty good here. Okay, next. Just getting some of my stuff picked up out of the way so I don't say, where is that again? I know where they all are. Okay. Oops, forgot one. Where does this go? Where did this? I'm probably going to use another one of those. So, okay, so that was 1, 2, 3. So this next one is actually a bundle as well. And I'm really kind of bummed out with myself because I have no idea what I did with my punch. I used this for some swaps I did. And yeah, don't know what I did with the little star punch that comes with. So let me just show you in the catalog what that looks like. If I can find where I just put that catalog. Oh, good gravy. I just had the catalog to show you something, and I don't know what I did with it. It's like things just get legs and walk off on their own. Oh, well. Yeah. All right, well, it's called Sweetest Stars, and it comes with the stamp set and a punch that punches out that little star right there. It's really actually adorable. And I'm really kind of mad at myself that I don't know where I put that punch. But in the meantime, let's go ahead and make our project. So again, we have our little card kit here. And I have a piece of basic white. Again, this is our thick basic white, 8.5 by 5.5. Fold it in half. Or if you want to score it, at 4 1/4. All right. So there's that one. And then I have my Granny Apple Green, which is 4 by 5 1/4. I'm going to go ahead and take my Designer Series paper. Again, this is Reindeer Fun. You could use whichever side you want. I'm going to happen to use this one because we're going to do a little Santa card. Let's go ahead and adhere this one right on to my Granny Apple Green. Now this week, because we had a little bit more coloring and die cutting, I didn't do a fun fold, but we will have some fun folds come up with these during our class series. Again, they're free to watch, and if you like the card kit, and it comes with the 4 pre-cut, scored cardstock and everything. When you place a $40 order, I send that as a thank you. $50 will get you an embellishment. It'll be this one unless it happens to sell out before I close out the workshop order. I do have a hostess code that you'll need to use to let me know that you're interested in that. And now I have a scrap piece of white paper that I just need to do some stamping on. And there we go. I'm going to get my black memento. And we're just going to grab Santa here. All right. And the other thing I needed was, which I didn't have right here, is my strip, a 1/2-inch strip of basic white, which must be still be in the envelope. Oh no, here it is off to my side. Okay. All right, so let's stamp our, let's stamp this. All right. So it's going to stamp our Santa there. I've got my Real Red blends right here. Why do I have 4 of them? Because I think one of them's running out. So we're just going to go ahead and color some of this in. I just don't know which ones are running out. That's all. And actually, I'm going to grab my dark one first here. This is dark. Yeah. And I'm going to go ahead and kind of go along the lines right here. I'm going to go around his beard. I just want that to be like shadowed. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. All right, we'll go right inside. Go right down here. Here. And all this is doing is just going to give me a little bit more like a shadow or depth of my colored image here. All right, we'll go down here a little bit. Okay. So now we'll take our other red. And I'm just going in a circular motion here, just kind of blending that darker into the whiter area so it doesn't look so drastic. Okay, so anyone have a good story to tell? I don't really have any good stories. My brain has been pretty much mush between trying to get rid of this cold and get ready for the craft fair. All right, there we go. So our Santa is kind of colored. We just need to color in his little belt now and his little face. So I'm going to take, what do I have here? I'm going to grab my light color pink and I think I'm going to grab my dark smoky slate for my belt. I found using the basic black is really dark. It kind of blends up, it kind of colors in that image, like the belt image. So I went with the smoky slate instead. All right. Now he's got little middies on, so I'm not going to color his little middies. I mean, we could, but we'll color his little face here, little ears. All right. All right. That's it for those. So now I would grab my punch had I not misplaced my punch. In the meantime, though, I'll have to grab my snips. I'm not going to say where do I put them, because I know I put them away, but I took them back out, and they're not where I put them. So bear with me for just a moment here. Okay, well, how about I use these? So this is a pretty easy guy to cut out, though. So if you're not into punches or don't want to have a punch laying around, you can still use this. And you don't have to go right up to where it's stamped. You can just leave a little bit of white around there. Because even if you die cut, they have a little bit of white around there. All right. And okay, got that and that. All right. So now we could have him right on there, but he kind of blends together a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and use that 2 3/8 inch circle punch again. So this will be done for you and yours. I'm going to put this right behind here. And we're going to take our 1/2 inch strip and we're going to stamp "Wishing you a Holly Jolly Christmas." And we'll go ahead and stamp that in real red. What do I do with my real red stamp pad? I just had it out before. There it is. Found it. All right. Okay. Now, if you didn't want to do that in red, you could always do that in black too. It'll look just as good. So we're just going to put this here. And you decide where you want it to be. I think because it's so long, I am just going to put it across the top like that. I'm going to trim it down. And I could do it on this side. Okay. So there we go, just like that. I'm going to pop everything up on dimensionals. And yeah, that's what this one's going to be. Dimensionals, where are you? Alright, so we'll put dimensionals in the back of our circle. We'll put dimensionals on our Santa. And I hold off putting dimensionals on that for the moment, just for the fact I need to see where this is all going to place. Okay, so I've got that there. Okay, I've got my Santa right there. All right, so now all I need to have is a couple of dimensionals over on this right-hand side. And we can put a little bit of glue over here if I'm really worried about needing to hold down a little bit. Okay, like that. Okay. And then on the inside for grins and giggles, just to kind of finish up my card, I'm going to grab my Real Red. And I'm going to grab the snowflakes that come in there. I know snowflakes should probably be blue, but that doesn't match the colors we used on our card. So I'm just going to go ahead and stamp my snowflakes in the corner. Just opposite of each other. All right. And if you want to go to town, stamp your envelope the same way. Okay, let's put this back in the case. Get this cleaned. And I'm going to put some of the little embellishments on there. And we'll be done with this one. All right. This time I think I'm going to take these lighter ones here. We'll use a couple of them on this one. You know what? We'll use a couple different colors. We'll go with the green one here, and we'll do another green one. Another green one right there. Okay. All right. There we go. Quick and simple card. You have to have one quick and simple one, right? Okay. On a roll. Let's go to our last card here after I get this put away. Because after I do this, I'm going to write everything up, and it'll be posted tomorrow. I'll also be sending out an email with all the supplies listed, a link to the videos, and the host code. So if you're not on my email list, make sure you get on my email list, because I'll be sending this out each week. All right. So our last one here is going to be using our Snowy Days. Where did I put the stamps in? I just had it. Okay, it was just on the floor behind me in the pile, so I had it to use. Here we go. Okay, we'll be using our Snowy Wonder, and we're going to make a little snow globe this time. So we will be using our dies. So we're going to be using this and this, and we'll be using a little penguin and our little tree, and let's see, our little present here. Okay. All right. I think that's all we're going to use for right now. Yeah. Okay. Get that out of the way. Now, you're probably wondering why I had a clear envelope in here. I have this in here because a lot of times I'll just sit, and if I don't know what I'm going to do for a card or what I want to make, sometimes I'll just cut out a whole bunch of the dies, the die cut images, and I'll put them in a little clear envelope and have them in my case. That way when I come back and I have time to play around, I have some things already done. But I feel like I was creative because I used them. Okay, so let's get working on this now. All right, so your envelope has Garden Green 8.5 by 5.5. Go ahead and fold that right in half. All right. We have a piece of Designer Series paper that measures 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. So we're going to put that right on our card base. Now you will get the designer series paper with your card kit, just the piece that you need. And please note that because, you know, the pattern paper differs on how you cut it, it's not going to be exactly like the one I'm using. All right, so we have that. Now, for our die cut pieces here, we're going to have this. We're going to have this. I'm only putting this here right now so I know where I can stamp my images. And let's get those images stamped right now. I don't know why I didn't take them off before, but I didn't. Okay. So we got a little penguin. And I need a little tree. So a little tree. And I need a little gift box. Okay, gift box. Okay. So I'll do that. I'm going to put this over here for the moment. I do want my Garden Green stamp pad for my sentiment. Okay, let's go ahead and stamp. I'm going to stamp Garden Green for my tree. So I've got a little Christmas tree here. All right. Let's get my cleaner, and I can clean as I go here. Now my fan's out of my room, so I tend to spray that frequently. All right. We're going to do a present, one of the presents here. I'll use a little bit smaller block. Oh, we'll make that in red. Okay. And I want to do my sentiment. So I think what I'll do, I was going to stamp my sentiment after, but I think it might work if I stamp it now. So we're going to do Let It Snow. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Okay, so how many of you like to make your Christmas cards where you're watching Christmas movies or the Hallmark Channel? Who all does it? If I don't have that on, I usually will be playing Christmas music. I also do it while I'm making my cookies. I don't know why, because, you know, I can't just do one thing at a time. I think that's what it is. But yeah, I like to listen to Christmas carols, make my Christmas cookies, stamp my cards. So I'll have everything cut ahead of time, and then I can just stamp or just assemble while I'm doing cookies. All right, let's go ahead and let's get our black. Okay, our little black. Okay, now I did have my yellow out. I'm going to color his little beak and feet in just a minute. I'm going to let that dry a little bit before I do that. Okay, I need 2 presents now. So we got that done. I'm going to grab our little red one. And get it clean. And then we'll do a little green one. I mean a blue one. I'm going to use Pool Party here. And where's my Pool Party stamp pad? I had it out just, oh, there it is. I need to put all those back in a pile so I don't have stuff everywhere over my desk. Close. All right. Okay. Alrighty. Let's get all this die cut out now. Oh, I forgot to put that stamp away. All right. We'll get everything clean. All right. If I can put those all away right away. All right. Die cut machine. There we go. Grab all my dies. And grab my plates. Now after I stamp my, or die cut my snow globe, I am going to stamp some snowflakes in there. A tree. Oh, I won't be able to do the tree first. Okay, we'll do the tree next. And I thought I saw my little penguin just hop around. Oh, he turned out okay. He did hop around as I went through, but we'll make do. All right, so I just need my tree and this one. So let's just clear off that excess. Okay, I'm just laying down my little dies here, and you'll see it run through in just a minute. Because, I mean, that's the more exciting part, right? All right. Now I got that song stuck in my head. Thanks, Beth. Beth, do you remember that one year I was down at your house? I was making Christmas cards on your kitchen table. Okay, let's get everything put together. I don't want to lose my dies, so let's just put them all in one place there. Okay, so let's take our snow globe, our scrap piece of paper again. Grab our pool party. And we'll grab some snowflakes. So I'm actually going to take my snowflakes and put them all on one stamp, one block. Okay. Why? I don't know, because I'm kind of lazy. All right, I'm going to flip that over. Okay, all right, well, didn't quite get that one stamp, but you know what? It'll be okay. We'll cover it with something. All right, so here we go. Let's take our pieces here. Let's bring in our silicone mat again. All right. So, little trick here. When you're trying to put pieces together like this, and you want them to be like, you don't want to overlap them. You want to really butt them up together. Instead of trying to get a little bit of glue, like right there, take an extra strip of cardstock here and just put some adhesive there. So set your first one on there. Doesn't even have to be straight. And then you can take your second one right there. And now that's going to hold it right in place. Okay, little trick for you. All right. We're going to get all these other little pieces on. And we'll just use some dimensionals. Okay, there's a tree. That tree right there. Oh, we got to color his little feet in. I probably would have used orange, but I had yellow right there. Okay, put him right down here. We'll put one present over here. Actually, I'm going to take this one. I'm going to tuck it right. You know, this one isn't going to show up as well. We'll just tuck that one there. We'll have this one over here. There we go. Okay. So there's our little snow globe. We can probably move him up just a tad. Maybe right here. Okay. All right. Let's get our card front. I'm going to go ahead and pop that up on some more dimensionals. Now you can use whatever designer series paper you like. But we'll get these dimensionals on here. And okay. Yep, I used quite a bit, but you know what? I want it all popped up. Okay, there we go. And I'll bring this back in. And we'll add. I really do prefer these green ones for some reason. I don't know why, but I do. And I'm going to add some of these other ones just right in here. I feel like having a couple more. 2, 4, 5, 6. We'll go 7. Oh, I probably should have put one on the tree, but oh well. Okay. So that is our last card for today. All right. So let's pull in all these cards. We'll get some of this stuff out of the way so we can pull them all in. Just move it all out this way. Okay, you're gonna have to just look at those. All right. Okay, so we have since we have this one here, our Snowy Wonder card. We'll put that right here. Then we had our Wishing You a Holly Jolly Christmas from our Sweetest Star. All right. And we have our Reindeer Days, using the Reindeer Fun Designer Series paper and bundle. And then we have our Humble Home stamp set and punch. All right, so, well, we can't see all 4 at the same time. Okay, so we'll just do this then. All right. So tomorrow I will have an email out listing the supplies and the link. I'm going to copy this up to YouTube. So if you want to rewatch it again, I'll have the link for YouTube there and also a link to order my online store. Again, I send this card kit to you as a thank you when you spend $40 in my online store. And if you spend $50, I'll be throwing in a package of embellishments. So if the package of embellishments isn't available, I'll send you the Baker's Twine. So it'll be depending on which one's available. All right. So thanks for joining me tonight. We'll see you next week for our second week of our Christmas card series. Otherwise, have a great weekend. Hope to maybe see you at the craft fair this weekend. And take care.